Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel 5 Minutes Coaching with Max. Today I want to talk about what it really means being positive, a key concept that has been widely misunderstood. In fact, I have a friend, and you may know somebody like him, who whenever I ask, "How are you? How are things going with you?" his answer is invariably the same, which goes something like, "Oh, I'm okay," or the other variation, which is, "I'm fine." And you can tell from the tone of his voice that things are not at all okay with him. But he has this crazy idea that being positive is about saying that everything is fine, even if his heart is shouting, saying, "Hey dude, that's not freaking okay." And by the way, it doesn't stop there, because when I ask him for advice, he's never capable to give me a sincere, constructive feedback. Because once again, no matter what I suggest, he always say that somehow it's okay, even when what I suggest is pure nonsense. So much so that after a while, I just stopped asking, because his feedback never gave me any valuable direction. So the truth is that being positive is not about pretending that everything is okay. It is not about being in denial. It is simply the recognition that there is some good in every situation, person, thing, even in the face of the most challenging circumstances. And yet, having acknowledged that, if something then is below your standard, if something is unacceptable, it is crucial to recognize that and start feeling the urge to work on it and change it. And by the way, saying that something must be changed doesn't mean that you get depressed or immobilized because of that. In fact, that recognition that there is something good in that which you intend to change is exactly what makes the scenario workable, malleable, and thus you feel inspired to change it. And this perspective brings us exactly to my own definition of being positive, which to me is the following. Being positive is seeing everything in your life as a starting point rather than an arriving point or a dead end, regardless of the circumstances. And I underline regardless of the circumstances. That is why you can see people who are surrounded by the most challenging circumstances, and yet they feel energized and excited. Why? Because they're moving further, they're making progress. Whereas you can see people who have accomplished a lot and yet they feel unhappy. Why? Because they stopped growing, they stopped moving, and they became stagnant in their current level of success. You see, life is always seeking expression through us, and everything is constantly being reshaped into a different version of yourself. Relationship, people, experiences, nothing stays the same. And yet, to the extent that you're consciously moving from where you are to a greater version of yourself, you return to the cyclic movement of life, and that will always bring a sense of joy and fulfillment, even when it gets really tough. Because, as I said, no matter how pleasant or unpleasant your circumstances are, being positive is about seeing everything as a starting point rather than an arriving point or a dead end. And as you make that next step, as tiny as it might be, no matter where you are, you will start to experience joy. It's inevitable. And by the way, I hope this new perspective of being positive can help you improve your life in a positive way, and to feel the drive to make the change that needs to be changed. And so, by the way, that's all for today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for Max Leone.